kind of been the leader of that charge for a while. Now there's this massive crew of you. Does it mean something to you to have this representation here?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm proud of the impact that I've had on the sport, especially in Australia. But it's like having a slice of home. And I think Fight Night's going to be really cool to see all the Aussies, up-and-coming Aussies and New Zealanders on the card, you know, just doing their thing.
Yeah, that's all right. This time with you out here, I mean, obviously you fought legends of the sport. Where does Dricus stack up? I mean, do you see him as on the level of the athletes that you've been fighting?
Definitely. He's the most dangerous fight to date. And that's because he's the one that's unwritten. You know, everything in hindsight's easy, right? But yeah, he's the unknown. And I understand the dangers that he presents because not only is he well-rounded and an athlete, and he, you know, physically he's a big guy. He's not a small fella. He has nothing to lose. Everyone's already washed him. He's the underdog in this fight. And tell me something more dangerous than a man with nothing to lose, everything to gain. You know, and to show respect for that level of danger that he's brought. I have trained like a madman for the last 14 weeks. And yeah, maybe the best man to win. You know, he's going to get the best version of himself come the weekend.
Is it difficult for you to accept assignments like that? Because like you said, I mean, he's got everything to gain, nothing to lose. I mean, would you figure out the other side of that equation? You know what I mean? Is it difficult for you to step into fights like that, given all that you've already done in your career?
Mate, that's the business. That's the business. If you're not up and coming, you're stopping the up and comers, aren't you? So yeah, no, it's just part of the gig.
Nice. Last thing for me, you clearly can't look past Saturday night. I think everybody's looking towards Australia in 9 weeks. Is that even a consideration to you that, you know, a win here, maybe have to be in a championship matchup in 2 months, or, I mean, you like time with the family, and, you know, is that even a consideration in your eyes?
I'd like to fight in Sydney. You know, it's one of those things. But yeah, my calendar doesn't go past the weekend right now. Nothing matters past the weekend. Just got to get past this obstacle first.
Okay. A lot's been made from Dricus' team about his nose surgery and like this 18% or whatever it was oxygen that he wasn't able to get in his previous fights. How much do you look into that, and do you think it will play a difference in the fight?
You know, I laughed it off at first, right? I laughed it off and thought, oh yeah, whatever. But then I got like a stuffy nose and went to training, and it was tiring, man. Like, it's good getting. So maybe there's some truth to that. Regardless, I didn't train the last 14 weeks for one round. I didn't train not to expect him to come out like a racehorse. So I'm not too worried. I don't expect him to gas. You know, it's just setting myself up for failure.
I feel like in entering his most recent fights, a lot of people expect his opponent to kind of use Dricus as the launching pads, like they're writing Dricus off before, and he just keeps proving people wrong. Why do you think all of these pundits and fans kind of haven't viewed him as this potential contender throughout his career?
I don't understand anybody who underestimates their opponents. Mate, we're in the fight game. We're in the best company in the world, the best fighters in the world. I don't understand where you think every single one of those guys in the division isn't going to knock your block off if you aren't ready. It just seems a little silly. He's the guy that if you underestimate, he's going to run over you. Especially with his greatest strength, which is what I think is resilience, because he's so close to defeat multiple times, yet somehow straight victory. That's a scary trait to have.
Were you surprised that they gave you Dricus? Because a lot of people just assumed that they might try to make the Israel fight because they were kind of going back and forth, and you had already fought Israel twice, and maybe they didn't want you to knock off a future contender. Were you surprised that they gave you Dricus?
Nah, I asked if it was free. After February fell through, the bank account's looking a little slim, so yeah, let's get busy.
And last one for